There comes a moment in life when you realize that everything you were chasing was never truly yours. It was not the objects, not the results, not the goals you set for yourself. It was something else. Something that moved you from within, like an underground current you never really chose. Schopenhauer called it will. A blind and relentless force that does not ask for permission. A drive that runs through you and makes you desire, want, and chase. And you believe you are the one choosing, but that is not true. It is the will that chooses for you. It decides what you lack. It decides what you must obtain to feel alive. And so money becomes only a symbol. Not an end, not a destination, but a reflection. A reflection of your restlessness, your hunger, your fear of not being enough. Because money does not speak about wealth. It speaks about lack. It speaks about that emptiness no object can ever fill, because it does not come from outside you. It is born within. And yet, if you pause for a moment, if you become still, you realize that the lack is not real. It is a shadow. A shadow that grows when you do not look within. Because value is not outside. It is not in things. It is not in having. Value is in being, and Schopenhauer understood this deeply. He said that life swings between pain and boredom. The pain of unsatisfied desire. The boredom of satisfied desire, and we spend our lives moving between these two poles, like a boat at the mercy of the waves. But there is a third space, a place almost no one sees. The moment when you stop chasing, when you stop wanting even just for an instant, the will loosens its grip. And you feel something that has no price. A calm that cannot be bought. A freedom that cannot be sold. A dignity that depends on nothing. It is there that you understand money is not an enemy. It is only a test. A test that asks you, who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when you have nothing to prove? Who are you when you do not need to have? And then consumerism falls away. It falls like a mask that does not belong to you. It falls because it has no roots in your story, your family, your values. You were not made to accumulate. You were made to be. And Schopenhauer, who seems so dark, actually offers a way out. He does not tell you to renounce the world. He does not tell you to escape. He simply tells you to look. To watch the will as it moves within you. To see it. To recognize it. And not to let it take control. Because when you see it, it stops owning you, and then money returns to its place, a tool, not a destiny, a possibility, not a sentence, a means, not a value. The value is you. Your presence. Your awareness. Your ability to pause and say, I do not need to have in order to be. And in that moment, the will weakens. Desire softens. The race comes to a stop. And you feel something no object could ever give you, the sense of being whole, not because you obtained something but because you stopped chasing. And then you understand that true wealth is not accumulation. It is release. To let go of what you are not. To let go of what you were told to want. To let go of that voice that whispers again and again and again. Freedom is not having more. Freedom is not being owned by what you have. It is not being pulled by the invisible thread of desire. It is not being a slave to the will. And when you arrive there, even just for a moment, you feel a simple truth. You need nothing to be yourself. You need nothing to have value. You need nothing to be alive. Everything else is noise. Everything else is motion. Everything else is will. You are far more than that. Thank you for watching. If this video made you think, leave a comment and tell me where you are watching from. I would love to know how far these ideas have traveled. Subscribe if you want to continue exploring philosophy, consciousness, and the hidden questions behind our lives. See you in the next video.